Well, we're going to go straight away to 10 Downing Street in London to join our correspondent Bénédicte Paviot as Keir Starmer looks to be under ever greater pressure. The Health Secretary Wes Streeting has, as widely expected, resigned. Not sure if he has yet announced a leadership bid. Bénédicte, good to have you with us. So bring us right up to date then.
So the waiting game is officially over. That long-awaited, much speculated resignation of Starmer's Health Secretary Wes Streeting has now happened. He says that he has lost confidence in Keir Starmer, in the Prime Minister who we saw about half an hour ago go off as he continues, he would say, to govern the country. I will quote a former Labour leader, Jeremy Corbyn, who earlier on today, before Wes Streeting had announced his resignation, said that there was a coup going on because, of course, the directly elected leader of the Labour Party and therefore Prime Minister of the United Kingdom is Keir Starmer. So let's see. We haven't yet heard Mr. Streeting announce that he is going to challenge the Prime Minister for that leadership of the Labour Party. So all to play for. Will there be other names in the fray, like Angela Raynor, who announced suddenly this morning that she had resolved her tax problems finally with Her Majesty's Revenue and Customs. We were then hearing about Al Cairns, the Armed Forces Minister, who was thinking of throwing his hat into the leadership. Of course, the man who would like to stand, we believe, but who is not an MP and who obviously would need to fight a by-election, the so-called King of the North, Andy Burnham, we have yet to hear from him. So the race is underway. Certainly the resignation has happened. And now in the coming hours, of course, we will see who else puts their head above the parapet.
And have we had any official reaction yet from the Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, to this resignation?
Not that I'm aware of.
Right, because he, it is widely thought, is not ready to give up the job, and he would automatically become a candidate,
Indeed.
Wouldn't he? Does he think he can beat any of these possible contenders?
As you say, he does not think that there should be any kind of challenge to his leadership. Oh, we've just had thunder. Interesting, very dramatic times here in Downing Street. And he would, you're absolutely right, he would stand and he is defiant. He believes, as does his Chancellor, Rachel Reeves, who said so earlier today, that this is just absolutely the wrong time to be having this challenge to his leadership. There's a war in Iran, there's an ongoing war in Ukraine. Certainly the war in Iran and the closure of the Strait of Hormuz is having all kinds of effects on all countries across the world, whether it's to do with oil prices, gas prices, supplies indeed, fertilizer and food supplies, all kinds of things. And that is a concern for many countries and many leaders. So we will see. But it is very much an embattled but defiant Keir Starmer who would, if there is indeed a leadership challenge, as we believe there will be now that Wes Streeting has resigned, and we will see, for example, if Angela Raynor was to throw her hat into the ring. So this is really, as many people and critics are saying, going to be a lot of protracted, messy business of internal gazing. But of course, this has all been particularly provoked by the thrashing that the Labour Party got at last Thursday's elections, not just across England, but also in the devolved parliaments of Scotland and of Wales. And of course, there was this victories of the Reform Party led by Nigel Farage, and that is a real concern. It was interesting also to see the unions yesterday say that they did not see Keir Starmer leading the Labour Party into the next general election. It has to be, if I may remind us all, that the general election is scheduled for that is 2029. We are in May 2026.
Wow, thank you very much, Bénédicte. Messy weather there for you and a messy business to be following. Bénédicte Paviot there in London. Well, we're going